Hey, this is Sean from Tech Train Solutions. Today we're going to discuss pipe bending. It's probably my worst subject in electrical. I haven't really truly done it in about 5 years in this type of application. I've done it with something called the Chicago bender, very good with that, but hand bending, not my greatest. But first, let's talk about the tools that you need to be able to pipe bend. Now, I'm not saying exactly everything you need, but I would say that you should have. First things first, you always should have some kind of measuring device. A tape measure, or right here, my stick tape measure, which I like very much. I find it a little bit more accurate. Other things that you would need is levels to make sure your pipe is level. Here's another level. This one has a little spot where you hook up to the end of the pipe. I call it an anti-dog. When you bend pipe, you always have a chance of, it's called dogging it. It wouldn't be straight, be a little off. Pretty easy to use. You just put it in the pipe. Squeeze it. When you're about to bend the pipe, make sure it's level. Bend it, send it out, turn it around, make sure it's level, bang, done. Other things that I would definitely recommend is you need some kind of writing device, either a pencil or a marker. Pencil, that way you can erase it at the end. Marker, if you do write on a marker, you can erase it by putting marker on it and it erases it if you ever need to use marker. Now, another thing I would use is a protractor, angle protractor. I hate to say it, not all benders are made equal. Some benders, when you run at 30, it'd be a 27.5, a 29, 32. Protractor, very good tool to use. And now, the thing that you need to use to bend conduit is first, your hand benders. This is a half inch hand bender for half-inch pipe, like so. EMT, by the way, EMT. Now, I didn't break this, my students did, but here's 3/4 inch, touchdown, 3/4 inch hand bender. So they broke that, 3/4 inch. And then we have 1 inch, EMT by the way, hand bender. And then, for those who want to cheat, a box will need to have certain offsets made, called a box offset. If you put the pipe flush on a wall, it won't go in the pipe exactly right. It'll be a little bit too in, so we'll see the pipe all messed up. This will give you a box offset. You put the pipe in there, you squeeze, perfect box offset to go into boxes. That's what it's called. This one's called Little Kicker. They're hand benders. Now we have an automatic bender, all right? Machine bender, right here. This can do EMT and rigid, just off of setting that. Done. Ready for EMT. These are a different type of bendings, but for today, I'm going to show you how to use a hand bender. I'm just going to bend a 90 for today. We're doing half inch. Let's go read the half inch bender. The half inch bender, half inch, said stubs 5 inches. That means I need a minimum of 5 inches to be able to bend pipe. Inside this shoe, when it bends, it gives you 5-inch take up, this radius. So if I put the pipe exactly 5 inches and I bend this, I will get 10 inches from bending at a 5-inch mark. If I want a 20-inch bend off of a half-inch EMT, I have to mark it at 15 inches. Let me show you a demonstration. I want, again, a 15-inch 90. So, let me get my tape measuring device. So if I want to bend, I'm going to go 15" 90. That means I should mark my mark at 10 inches, like so. 10 inches. I'm going to mark around it. Again, I'm just doing this to show you. Usually I just do a little mark, that is it. Now I'll get the bender. I'll show you how to put it in here. This bender has an arrow. The mark I had made will match up to this arrow. And when I bend them 90, the pipe should be nice and flush against this. So let's begin. I'll show you. It's on the mark. Okay, that's ready to go. Put it on the floor. Holding tension at all times. All right, about to bend to 90. Ready? I'm gonna bend nice and slow because I don't want to kink it. Make sure I'm all the way down. Like I said, you can always verify with a level. All right, let's check it. A little bit off, need a little more. Perfect. Let me see. Let me show you. Pretty close to perfect. Now let's look at the length. I wanted a 15" offset. "15" offset. Bang. Done. Pretty easy to bend to 90. Finished. So look at your bender for what type of take-up you need for that. This right here will also add a 1/2 inch to that end. You add another 1/2 inch of total pipe to that end of the other end. So again, take up. How much pipe you need to take off before you bend to 90. This was a 15" 90. I marked it at 10 inches. I got a perfect 90-degree bend. That is it.